The meaning of life is a very simple and complex topic at once, but first it is essential to wrap our minds around the notion of physical incarnation and its finitude. Eventually, one day we won't be here anymore. And we will have to come to terms with a state of materialism that takes away our attention from the real meaning of this physical reality. It is not something we should pretend that does not exist, nor should be preoccupied with the last 10 or 15 years of our lives. This topic should be part of any childhood education. For a while, accumulating things can make us forget easily about that very day we will transition out of this dimension. But know that nature has been compromised by the economics of infinite growth and hyper-consumerism. Our materialistic education is still hanging by a thread. Interestingly, racial and cultural divides do not seem to be holding much water anymore, since the ordeal is the same for every individual on the planet, whether one is willing to admit it or not, regardless of the religious doctrine one may follow. And this would mean that despite the fact that cultures and races do not regard education the same way, we all end up dealing with the same alarming prospect. Ultimately, this also implies that whatever culture we claim to belong to, we were not taught universal values. Even more surprising, those very values are mentioned in all religious textbooks, though not emboldened by our education system, most likely because cultures have the bad habit to struggle for their own identity. But in the face of what is coming our way, fighting for one's identity now also sounds meaningless. The monetary interferences in agriculture have only made matters much worse and took us much further away from the purpose of life. Today the world is simply bankrupt. Living for the simple reason to hoard and spend is not only nonsensical, but harmful to the mind and heart, as it comes along with the fear to lose our belongings. The more we possess, the bigger becomes the fear to lose. Our system is created social constructs that cannot be reconciled. The latter are so unworkable that we now can let go of money and rebuild everything way better with a resource-based economic model. While all journeys are different, they all mean the same, all lead to the same conclusion. The meaning of life is to become aware of the universe and co-create with its immutable natural law. Living free, mastering knowledge to self-govern, developing self-love to be able to spread love. Because all human conflicts are rooted in a feeling of separation from this universe. The crisis of our time highlights that we are not separate from the whole, far to the contrary. That no matter how long we live, and stem cell research could extend our lifespans considerably in the future, we all are eventually bound to reunite with the source of all things. We depart from the latter for a while, then return to it.